First text of the day. Pitching will haunt us all year. All year. Will, pitching's already haunted this A&M baseball team. There's no will. There's no future tense. It's already. In SEC play, A&M has lost games that they scored 8 runs, 7 runs, and 10 runs. That's no will. Last night, they traveled down the road, San Marcos, to take on Texas State. They lose 9-8. And someone said they left on base 10 and they made 2 errors. True. But they scored 8 runs. And I'm telling you, you're supposed to win something like 97% of the games that you score 8 runs in. Aggies are not winning at that clip. Cole Hubert got the start. 2 innings, 3 runs. Gavin Lyons, who's had some brilliant appearances. He was one of the keys to the doubleheader sweep Vandy Friday. But some of his appearances got a little blowed up. Inning in a third, 3 earned. Okay. First 2 pitchers of the night, not getting the job done. Bullpen can still lock this down. Grant Cunningham gave you 3 innings in relief and a run. Outstanding work. Juan Vargas looked like he was going to start the year kind of as the setup guy leading into fresh corn, right? Hasn't worked out. He looked good for a stretch. Non-con. He didn't record an out, gave up a run. And then they bring in Ethan Darden, an inning and 2/3. And, gave up 4 hits. Gave up a run. Aggies lose 9-8, man. Aggies lose 9-8. So, yeah. I'm in this in-between land. Is this a bad loss? Not if you take 2 out of 3 from Texas. With their remaining SEC schedule, you don't want to bleed to death in the midweek. But you don't want to bleed to death in the midweek. It's their first midweek loss. Yes, I would love to go undefeated in the midweek. Not many teams do. Texas State is a 38 RPI team. Not going to hurt you. I don't want to lose in the midweek. Take 2 out of 3 from Texas. I don't want to lose right before Texas. That's not the momentum I'm looking for. I don't like that this is the broken record loss. Oh, geez, the pitching didn't get the job done. No, really. I like momentum. You'd won back-to-back SEC series. Hadn't lost in the midweek all year. I hate losing momentum. I hate losing momentum going into the Texas series. We have to accept that this is not a perfect A&M baseball team. I'm just going to stick. This is a top 25, not top 15 team. They're a borderline host. They're an NCAA tournament team. They're not an Omaha favorite. They're probably a 2 seed. They have too many flaws. Like, they're a good defense that'll still make errors. They can just rip. The one thing they do, they rip the ball. They absolutely mash. But they don't have enough starting pitching. They don't have a good bullpen. And to keep just saying and thinking and they got to get better pitching, like, from what? Like, just magically it's going to turn? Maybe 1, maybe 2 pitchers turn it around. Would that be enough pitching at that point? I think the answer to that is one of them is a starter. If Aiden Sim holds his form and one other starter can turn a corner, figure it out, that would probably be enough. But what a pressure where you only have 2 starters, no bullpen, and they have to be perfect every time. Because I think you need so much more pitching that it's too big of an ask, probably. But again, on any given weekend, because you have pitchers in the bullpen who can be really good on any given appearance. Just the question asked it, I believe, Monday. Maybe it was Tuesday. Who can you count on, depend on? Because there's talent in there. It's just not consistent and reliable. Who can you count on? Who can you depend on? One reliever, fresh corn, one starter in Aiden Sims. And that's it in that category that you can count on, that you can depend on. There's others that's had their shining moment. But with the game on the line, only two pitchers that you would answer here. Count on, check mark. That's it. So the loss stunned me. I just didn't expect this. They've been so good in the midweek. Even if it's taken Olsen magic against bad teams, they had the Olsen magic and they weren't at Olsen last night. 9-8. They dropped the midweek to Texas State. Win 2 out of 3 from Texas. And I don't think anyone will care about anything that's happened this year prior to this weekend if you take 2 out of 3 from Texas. I don't think anyone will care about what happened last year if you take 2 out of 3 from Texas. I don't think anyone will care about anything that's happened maybe in the history of Aggie baseball if you take 2 out of 3 from Texas this weekend. Yes, I'm exaggerating. But let me ask you if this question is an exaggeration. If this, what I'm about to think, is an exaggeration. Is this the biggest regular season series ever in the history of Aggie baseball? Is my too many years and too many beers mind forgetting something? Is this the biggest regular season series ever for Aggie baseball? Now, I have to take a moment and interrupt myself from our regularly scheduled programming. But I'm sitting here inside the Charles Schwab studio. And here at Brian Broadcasting, our studio walls are paper thin. And next to me is the Candy 95 studio. And Ryan Starr, great friend of mine, frequent food buddy, office wall mates, we hang, is currently singing the K-pop Demon Hunter song so loud that despite me being even louder than him and hanging out here and starting our day together, I can hear him through the walls, through my headphones, and through the speakers. And it is gloriously entertaining listening to him doing K-pop Demon Hunters karaoke through our walls. And you hear Ryan Starr Fridays on Chip Howard Sports Talk. I get to hear him daily through the walls here at Brian Broadcasting. But he is getting his Demon Hunters on. I can tell you that right now. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. The Louie Bellina Show. We're in the maroon and white notebook. Tonight, Davis Diamond, Aggie softball, number 13 in the country, will host McNeese State. There's not much more to say to that. They're going to run rule them. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be violent. A&M 29-7 all time. 20-3 at home. McNeese, I say they're going to run rule them. It's going to be ugly. I think I should stick with that, but better than their norm. Better than their norm. So anyway, you can hear that game 5:45 p.m. over on Willie 1550 a.m. Also, radioaggieland.com. Maroon and white notebook. I think it was about 20 minutes ago. It could be 35. I didn't write it down in my diary. My phone, I get the beep alert sound. I got an email from the SEC office, Southeastern Conference. I don't know if it's normally this early, but I was kind of shocked. I now have the SEC Media Day schedule. It doesn't say who the players are yet, but I got the team and coaches. From Monday, July 20th until Thursday, July 23rd, will be SEC Media Days in Tampa Bay, Florida. Now, I have no idea why Media Days are in Tampa Bay, Florida. To be fair, I really don't. I've understood the selection sites, and every third year should be in Birmingham, the SEC office. The other two should be, it works when it's in Nashville. It works at Jerry World, Atlanta. The rotation has been brilliant. When A&M, I say we, I'm not A&M. When A&M got in, I used to go, and they were all in Birmingham. It worked too there too, but it's gotten so big, and going to the major cities and the major media centers, right? There's huge advantages to them. So like every third year in Birmingham, the motherland, the home of the SEC, there's a logic to it. And then again, Atlanta, Nashville, Jerry World it's brilliant that way. How did Tampa get in the mix? You probably don't care that much about it. Here's the schedule. That's what you're wondering. On Monday, July 20th, SEC Media Days will kick off. And the way it works, the first two teams you hear are the first session of the day. The second two teams are the second session. So on Monday, Kentucky, Missouri, Will Stein, Eli Drinkowitz, and then Oklahoma, Tennessee, Brent Venables, Josh Heupel. That is the most boring, unexciting, I'm stunned opening day I've ever heard in SEC Media Day history. But since it's the opening, it doesn't matter. Because everyone's excited. Oh my God, football. We are in the dark days. It's over. You could put anything on the first day, and it's the first day. And the adrenaline is shooting out of people's ears. On day 2, Tuesday, July 21st, you have Auburn's Alex Golish, Georgia's Kirby Smart. Then it's South Carolina, Shane Beamer, and Vanderbilt's Clark Lee. Now, I would normally say you pair anybody but Kirby Smart, they'd be dwarfed, but it's Auburn and Clark. Auburn get their old school SEC. But just because you have Kirby Smart, that's a big day. This is a very backloaded edition of SEC Media Days because on Wednesdays, Alabama, I think every SEC Media Day in the history that Lou has seen, they always open Wednesday. Don't know why, don't care either. Florida's John Summerall, put a new kid because everyone talks to new coaches with Alabama. Perfect. Now the second half is Ole Miss's Pete Golding, first time at SEC Media Days for him with Texas A&M's Mike Elko. So the Aggies, Wednesday, July 22nd, second session. You begin with Bama, end with A&M. So Wednesday, huge day. And the third day is when people start getting tired and not caring anymore. But they made Wednesday huge. Thursday's the day. Thursday, and normally Thursdays, they know that a lot of media have left because nobody wants to be there for 4 days. And the attention span doesn't last for 4 days. Thursday's probably the must-see TV day. They got Arkansas's Ryan Silverfield, and people won't remember him. But LSU's Lane Kiffin. Come on. Drama. I guess cinema. Mississippi State's Jeff Lebby, and everyone's like, who? Sark in Texas close SEC Media Days. The king of all media. Well, Texas, not Sark. So on Thursday, you're opening with Kiffin, closing with Texas. Come on, people. This is one of the best organized, I think, attention span, how to make people pay attention late versus... Because it don't matter who you have on Monday. So they put it doesn't matter. Venables is boring. Heupel, I think, is, I can't hear him. Drinkowitz is pretty good. Drinkowitz is like the little poodle that keeps yipping and barking. He's entertaining in his own way. And we don't know what Will Stein is yet, so you got a new kid. They did spread all the new kids out over every day because all media wants to always talk to the new kids on the block too. So SEC Media Days in Tampa, Monday, July 20th through Thursday, July 23rd. Aggies are on Wednesday, July 22nd, closing the session. Make your plans accordingly. When we return, Chip Howard Sports Talk will join me inside the Charles Schwab studio. Support comes from Mark Sim at the Charles Schwab branch right here in College Station. Mark Sim is right here in College Station. Eat here, sleep here, drink here, goes to the games too. Schwab, which means Mark Sim, offers a modern approach to wealth management. They have the financial planning to meet your specific needs. Why'd you call them? But also the flexibility to adapt as those needs change with time, and they will in ways you've never imagined. Learn more at schwab.com/College Station.
Visit the Pod Center at zone1150.com and find every hour of every day of your favorite shows. Download or subscribe.
The Louie Molina Show. I'm going to stick with the Wednesday edition. Wednesday is 11:20, and I know it's 11:23, sue me. So 11:20-ish, joined by Chip Howard of Chip Howard Sports Talk, legend, fame, all the above. Chip, NCAA championship was Monday night. Michigan, dominant team, and UConn gave them a heck of a fight. And I know you watch college basketball all year round. Chip's watching those tournaments in Hawaii at 2 a.m., even though he should be asleep.
It's true.
Okay, so Chip, I wanted to kind of give you the final thought on the NCAA tournament. And Michigan, our national champ.
Michigan's the worthy champ. They've been the best, most consistent all year, uber talented. It shows you how good a coach Dan Hurley is to come within 6 points of Michigan. Michigan didn't play well offensively. Connecticut didn't play well offensively. Some of that is defense. They both defend like crazy. You and I had this discussion. I hate playing in a football stadium. I think it really takes away from the quality of the shooting because the shooting was terrible, Lou, in both semifinal games and the championship game. And that shouldn't be. These are the best teams in college basketball. They should hit baskets. And they couldn't hit baskets, especially three-point shots. Anything from mid-range deeper, they couldn't hit. And again, some of it's tough defense, but a lot of it to me is the shooting background of those stadiums. And this one apparently was particularly bad.
So,
and I'm disappointed in that, but the best team won. Right? It doesn't always happen.
Arizona won?
And I thought Arizona was the best team until I saw the semifinals, right? And I'm going, oh my gosh.
Michigan went through them. Michigan went straight through them.
Not even close. So the best team won. And that doesn't always happen, but it did this year.
Chip, last week.
Great coaches, by the way.
Well,
great coaches.
I wouldn't want Dan Hurley to coach my team.
Okay. That's fair, but he's a
winner. We're not arguing this.
He's a savant, man.
Yes, but I wouldn't want him to coach my team.
Okay.
I'd be tired of talking about him, following him, and rooting for him every day. I would. Last week, we were hanging out here inside the Charles Schwab studio, and you were telling me how the Rangers were in clinch by Friday.
Yeah, I was a week off.
They are the underdog comeback story of the year. After falling down to like fourth place in the division, we look up this morning, they're tied for first and back.
No, they are in first. So
they're tied.
I don't think so.
I think they're tied.
No, they're a half game up.
I think they're tied with the Angels.
Oh, I didn't see the late game. You may be right.
Don't ever count the Angels out.
They've had 5 home games, right? They've scored 9 runs. This is a lot like last year, unfortunately.
Chip, they lost 2-0 and 2-1 to the Reds.
A lot like last year.
They gave up 4 runs and lost.
A lot like last year. I mean, they won the ERA last year, had the lowest ERA in baseball last year. Man, concerned about that. Surprised so far at the bullpen, even though they messed up some games. It's against Cincinnati. But again, not a lot of runs scored by either of those teams. But last night, Lou, they beat George Kirby. And people are going, I don't even know who that is. That's fine. To the Rangers, he is like the greatest pitcher in the history of baseball. He had won all 10 starts against the Texas Rangers. All 10. His team was 10-0 against the Texas Rangers when he pitched. And he was pretty unhittable last night. I got to tell you, he threw 8 innings and threw like 80 pitches. He was close to throwing a Maddox last night in Arlington, but Higashioka got a 2-run bomb line drive, and the Rangers, win the game 3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
Well, look at the first 2 games they played against them. It's not like they're exactly tearing the cover off the ball.
No, they're not hitting.
You got the Nathan Eovaldi start.
Okay, so I needed Eovaldi to do that last night badly, and I think he did, and the team did. First pitch of the game went over the fence, Lou. First pitch of the game.
So you're saying he threw it over the backstop and into the stands?
It's 1-0, and I'm going, oh, this is not good. But then he turned into Nate, and man, had to see it. I mean, just had to see that, and he was good.
If you're a Rangers fan, a win is always good news, but I think the bigger news was when the news on Jacob deGrom, the MRI came back.
Yeah, on the knee.
And the right knee has no issues.
Right.
So the mild knee discomfort was just him having discomfort.
He's just being an old man.
But there is no timetable yet for when he's back in the rotation.
Okay.
So caution, but if there's nothing on the MRI, why is he not back in the rotation
I just
yet?
think they're super cautious with him, Lou, with all the injuries. And most of them been arm injuries, I know. But all the injuries he's had, the age, as hard as he throws. Look, they kept saying, hey, we hope we can have him through the All-Star game last year. But he ended up pitching more innings, I think, than his whole career or close to it. So whatever they did with him last year, Lou, they're going to do the same thing this year and be extra cautious with him, right? I mean, they just are. And if he has to miss a couple of starts in April and May, so be it. If he can still pitch into July and August and God willing, into September, then whatever they need to do to make that happen, they're going to do.
We, Astro fans, probably won't see Hunter Brown until June, I'm guessing, at this point. Because they got the news back on Hunter Brown. And Espada was nothing
I haven't
but
heard
positive.
this. Okay.
And here's what Espada said. It's all muscle. There's no bone. There's no joint.
Structure. Okay, good.
So there's nothing structural.
Right.
Right. But he will not throw again for 2 weeks at least.
Okay.
And he's been out, for a week.
I get it.
That's 3.
Okay.
So when he starts to throw again, I don't know about rehab starts. It's going to be a return process.
I've got this theory that all these guys, all these pitchers, and really all the athletes in baseball now, they're kind of like racehorses because they're they lift, they're muscle, they're not Nolan Ryan, they're not throwing 300 pitches a week and 200 more on the side. They're just not. Right. And if they get 80 pitches, he threw 80 pitches last night. That's just the age where we have to live with that as fans.
Dana Brown, GM.
Yeah.
He this was a weird speculation because what everyone was asking why. Like, why did this happen? And everyone's like, we're not sure why. I mean, that's fair enough, right? And Dana Brown's theory is he was throwing too hard too soon.
You mean early in the year?
Yeah, 100 in spring training.
Yeah.
Like, because his first spring training outings, he was throwing like 98.
Right.
And Dana said, I prefer he throws 95.
And
I'm like, wait a minute.
I know.
Is that new baseball logic that I don't know?
It's crazy.
Do you know Nolan Ryan at Christmas would throw 150 playing catch with his kids?
Exactly.
Okay.
Dana
those
Brown
days
was
telling us
those days are over.
That Hunter was just throwing too hard in his early, I don't know.
Yeah, those days are over.
Do you know that the World Baseball Classic, Team USA asked about Hunter Brown and he was not allowed. He was one of those, we don't want him throwing that hard.
There were a couple of those, yeah.
Don't throw too hard. 2 things before I let you go. You went to opening day Rangers Friday.
I did.
Tell me you saw the Rally Nacho hat.
I did not see it. All I've done is seen pictures of it. I was told that they were out by the 3rd inning on last Friday. That they ran out of nacho hats by the 3rd inning last Friday.
For those that don't know.
And I don't know what it costs. Is it like $30 or something like that? I still haven't seen a price on the nacho hat.
For those that don't know, and this is one of the top viral, MLB tries to make it a thing during the year, and then somewhere about All-Star break, it'll pop up again. But all the different, not all, many
food
of the ballparks do food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Rangers might be winning this year with the Rally.
It's not your old
sombrero.
Hot dogs and popcorn days.
The Rally sombrero is this. It's a Rangers sombrero hat, and you wear it.
You wear it,
and it's massive, and it's nachos all around the hat, and the queso's like on the top part
chips,
of the hat. Yeah.
Beef, vegetables.
It is so absurd. I don't even. This isn't about delicious.
But we talked about the boomstick when it first came out. Right?
It was brilliant.
Yeah. And I've seen the pictures. The key is to go in with whoever is sitting in front of you. You make him wear the hat, and you sit behind this guy.
You offer to buy it if you'll wear it.
Yeah. If you'll wear the hat, you're sitting in front of me. I'm going to eat on it.
Across the nation, and I wouldn't exaggerate about anything Rangers. I'm not a fan of their work. But across the nation, people are talking about the Rally sombrero.
Okay, so last night on the pregame show, David Murphy and one of the former players had a eating competition at Hurtado's barbecue. Elvis Andrus had
Hurtado's?
At Hurtado's barbecue
man.
that they taped. And David Murphy has a reputation as like a world-class eater. So they had 7 pounds of barbecue each in front of them, and they weighed what was left over when they were finished, right? And Andrews already said, look, I got no shot in this deal.
But I gladly tried.
He lost by like 1.5 pounds, you know. It's like, but it was pretty cool, man. They were chowing down on Hurtado's barbecue, which, by the way, has a booth in Arlington.
I love Hurtado.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those top in the state. And for those that are wondering, the Astros do have an entry. They have brisket donuts this year.
Ooh,
yes.
Like a sandwich?
2 fried donuts with brisket on
in
top,
between?
barbecue
Oh,
sauce.
on top.
Oh, and homemade mac and cheese.
Okay.
And
Sounds edible.
The reviews have been quite well.
Okay.
I'd have to try something like that
because a lot of times those gimmicks, they're just that.
Oh, no. There was one just introduced for the Atlanta Braves that just looked like they said, hey, what 25 ingredients can we throw in there?
I'm not
it's a
for
little
that.
too much.
I'm not for that.
And here's the thing. Anytime I see fried mac and cheese, there's a pause note. Must try before I judge. Here's the last thing. And this is the most brilliant thing I've seen in 2026. We've had Olympics. We've had a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No. Have you seen the Zammoth?
No. I don't know what that is.
The Utah hockey team last night unveiled the Zammoth.
Okay.
It's a mammoth-themed Zamboni based on the 2002 Olympic ice refresher.
Oh, my gosh. That is just awesome.
For those, see, this is radio where you can't see. I handed Chip a photo
that is
of
awesome.
the Zammoth. And it is the greatest thing.
Why people haven't done this before? This is going to be a thing. You know that, right?
And here you go. You take an ice Zamboni.
It's like a
and
woolly.
It's
like a woolly mammoth.
The Zammoth
on the outside of the Zamboni.
Zamboni's being dressed up as.
That's so cool.
This is the coolest thing I've seen this year.
So cool. Next week, Lou, we talk playoffs. Stars and Wild.
Oh, April 15th
18th.
is the last game?
Yeah. 18th playoffs start.
Yeah. Trust me, Chip. I'm well aware.
Stars and Wild.
It hasn't. The games really haven't mattered for a while.
Correct.
You want momentum. You want to be healthy.
Just
know
healthy.
it's going to be the Stars and the Wild in the second round. And
Yeah.
what doesn't
First
matter
round.
who's the 2 or 3.
Yeah, first round.
First round?
Yeah, first round.
Wait.
No, first round. Stars and Wild, first round. Yes.
Wait a
First
minute.
round. No. First round.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
By the way, the Wild have not advanced since 2015 in the playoffs after the first round of the playoffs.
How does the team with the second most points play the team with the third most points in the
Wild
first round?
hate
the
Stars. Right? I don't think it goes, but I mean, there's bad blood. Don't get me wrong. But the fan base up there, oh my gosh, it's like Philly and Dallas in football. I'm telling you, they hate the Stars. The Stars stole their team, right? Years ago.
How does the team with the second most points
I don't
in the first
understand.
round?
I don't understand why the Stars have to play the 3 best teams before they even get just to get to the finals. It's like I don't know how that happens, but it does.
Oh no!
Yeah,
the horror.
It's gonna be brutal.
Chip, you're not back on Chip Howard Sports Talk
Tuesday.
till Monday. Oh, that's Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Well, enjoy your world tour.
Yeah,
Thank
I wish.
You. So, for those of you that love Chip Howard Sports Talk, is it 5 listeners?
6.
All
Come
6
on, Lou.
listeners. That's your Chip until Tuesday. Be good, brother.
Thanks.
Later. When we return, I got our Aggie football listening. Marco Jones and Landon Rink. We always do spring football in their words. Well, we'll hear their words up next. It's the Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. CC Electric, do free estimates and have military and veteran discounts. It's the Louie Bellina Show. Wednesday on The Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports, life, and lunch. Oh, nuts. The Louie Bellina Show, weekdays 11 to 2 on The Zone.
Time now. Aggie football listen in. Here's Marco Jones from Spring Football Media Days.
Okay, Marco, where's the pass rush going to come from in 2026 without all the guys that are gone?
Yeah, I mean the pass rush, everybody's been working super hard getting their pass rush. Like the whole, you got to expect it from the whole D line, right? Between all the DNs, all the D tackles, right? Linebackers, like the whole defense is going to be involved in really getting home. It's kind of just like a brotherhood thing where we all gonna let it, like we all eat. So even if somebody doesn't get a sack, they setting it up for somebody else.
How have you grown from last spring?
Yeah.
Not just physically, but
Yeah, I think I've just kind of like been able to understand more of the game, right? Like I came in thinking I knew a lot about the game, but I really didn't know a lot, like situational wise and stuff like that. But I think a lot just like understanding more of the game, and also just like kind of like understanding myself as a player, like really like tapping into what I like to do, how like my true play style, and really like kind of refining that and fine tuning everything.
Is it at all daunting that a lot of people look at you as that guy that's going to step in and replace or try to replace the SEC Defensive Player of the Year?
No, not at all. I open it. I welcome it with open arms. You know, that's all I've wanted, right? Like I mean, since I came here, you know, nobody comes here wanting to ride the bench or anything like that. So you know, you kind of want to come in here and really do the right thing and be able to step up and fill big shoes and hopefully exceed big shoes at the end of time too.
You mentioned trying to understand your play style as you learn more about yourself as a player. How would you start to describe the style of play that you're starting to find in yourself?
Yeah, I think just really like aggressive, and also I think a good thing is like technical, like really understanding like when to do certain things, and you know like playing defensive end is kind of like playing the game within the game, right? You're going against big guys who are also athletic and things like that, like especially in the pass rush, like really just understanding the type of rusher I am, and just you know just going from there and setting them up to do what I want to do and like be able to control the game.
How do you change physically this offseason?
Yeah, I mean I gained probably like 10-ish pounds or like 7 pounds from last year since the end of the season, but really just getting a lot faster. Like I got a lot faster since off season, working on you know getting more flexible and things like that.
Would you consider yourself more like a strong side defensive end with that added weight?
I mean, right now I'm still playing jack, so I think kind of all just like last year I played a little bit of both, right? In the spring last year I played big end, and then going into the season I played jack. So I think it's kind of just for me like just being able to help out the D line, and I could play both places, but really just wherever we need somebody, I'm there to fill in those shoes.
What are kind of the biggest differences between those two positions, and how fun is it to be able to play both of them?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest difference is really just, I mean, there's not too many differences. The really biggest difference is just one is to the field, one's to the boundary, but also like, you know, the jack tends to drop into coverage a little bit more, but nothing too crazy. Like, I mean, who knows? You know, we have a lot of stuff that are very similar. It's really just a hand in the dirt and standing up.
Think that baseball background can help drop into coverage a little bit at all?
Yeah, definitely. Taking angles, kind of just understanding that. Like, that's something that always helped me. I mean, I also played middle backer in high school throughout my whole high school career, so I think that's something that also helps me a lot.
I know there's a lot of new guys on the offensive line. What's it been like going against those guys as a team, and how have you seen them come together so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, they've been like it's been great battles, great work between us. Right, the whole goal is to go at it as hard as you can. You know, so we could all be the best version of ourselves, right, going into the season. Because at the end of the day, we're all teammates. So I think it's been really good, kind of just collaborating with them and getting to go against them, and kind of like, you know, getting their feedback on what our stuff looks like, and us giving them feedback on what their stuff looks like, trying to just help each other out so we could be the best versions of ourselves.
You know, similarly, there's a lot of new additions, veteran pieces in the room with you. What have you learned from some of the new guys that have come in?
Yeah, I mean, all of the new guys are super talented, right? Like, you have all the new defensive ends. You have like they're all really talented, right? They all came in here like kind of like already commanding who they are as a player. I think, you know, like they're gonna have super bright futures in front of them, and it kind of just helps me understand like just, you know, like I was in their shoes, and kind of just helped me like get to that role, like being like a older guy to help them out whenever they need it.
What did you learn the most about playing the SEC as a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I learned the most is really just like every game is a dogfight, right? No matter if they're the top of the SEC, the bottom of the SEC, like every team has good players. Every team is going to be good that you play. Like, there's not going to be just a game you can breeze through. And I think that's something that like people don't realize is like, even if a team is super low on the schedule and they're 0-8, right? Like it's still going to be a dogfight, and it's still going to be a good game. Like, everybody has really good players.
Have you missed baseball?
I definitely missed baseball a little bit, but I think it was the best decision for me personally.
Similarly to Poland's first question right there, just what would you learn the most from Cassius, especially as someone that, you know, might be stepping into his shoes?
Yeah, I think for Cash, like something that I learned is just like make everything like super intentional, right? Everything you do whenever you're rushing or setting the edge or doing things like that, just like make everything intentional and always bring your best game.
What went into your decision to kind of stick to football and
Yeah, I mean, I think my goal has always been to go to NFL, and I think that's probably more in my future than going to the MLB, to be quite honest. So I just had to kind of sit down and see, like I'll be missing a lot of reps if I do play baseball in the spring. So it was something that I was just like, hey, like it's a hard decision. I love baseball. I want to play it, but at the end of the day, like I gotta do the best for me and my family.
Have we kept up with the team at all this season? Watched any of the games or anything like that? What do you make of the bats?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Team, have you watched any of the games this season? What do you make of their bats?
Oh yeah. I've watched a lot of the games, and I mean they're on fire. Like all the freshmen are hitting. Jorian, Nico, my guys right there, they're super cool. Gav's he's hitting really well. Sorrell obviously is. I don't even know how many bombs he's hitting now. So I think they're hitting really well. They have a really bright season ahead of them.
So where would you have been hitting in that order?
I have no clue. That's a great question.
Jorian trucked guy last night. Do you think he could come out here and suit it up with y'all?
Oh yeah, he's a big dude. So I think he could. I think he could.
We understand what your team goals are, but is there any personal goals you set out this offseason you can share with us?
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, I just want to be the best player I could be possibly, right? Like every season I want to really like be able to work on something. Like, I don't have any like number goals or something like that, because that's, sometimes like people get fixated on that and it kind of takes away from other parts of the game. So I think really just being the best teammate, the best leader, and the best version of myself possible.
You ever think about playing the position here that Von Miller and Myles Garrett and Shamar Stewart and Cassius Howe played?
Yeah.
You're stepping into that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What comes to your mind when you ponder that?
I mean, just be myself, right? Like those are great names, and like Hall of Famers and first round picks and all that. But I think at the end of the day, like I'm what's in the present. I just gotta just be the best version of me, and just kind of just do me and make my own name.
Looks like you were named to the team's leadership council. What would that mean to you, and just what do you think that role kind of entails for you?
Yeah, it meant a lot, because it's like everybody, all the players vote on it, like for other players to be on that committee. So I think it was just important just seeing that, like my teammates look at me as a leader, and like kind of I just need to step up this year and just really be there for all the guys whenever they need me.
We're about to talk about
I was just saying, what's it been like for you to play multiple sports your whole life, and then now you're just playing one, and what is that you think going to do for you to be able to fully focus on football and really nothing else?
Yeah, I think it will help me a lot, just being able to kind of just really like put all my focus into one thing and really just like fine tune everything I need fine tune, right? Because no matter how good you are, there's always stuff you can get better, and so really just being able to do that and just be the best version of myself.
We're about to talk to Ring. Just what does he bring to the table, and how do you see him grow in his game? Yeah,
that's my guy right there, Ring. Like, I mean, he's a fantastic player, right? Like, he's somebody who impacts the game in ways I haven't really seen, to be quite honest. Like, whether it's on little plays like field goal block last year, he had a block kick, or big plays, right? He has a TFL, but he's just the ultimate team guy. Like, he's a really good team player. Like, he looks out for his brothers, and he's an awesome player. So.
All right.
That wraps up our listen in. Marco Jones from Spring Football. Now, I mentioned Landon Rink. We'll get there. Don't worry. I promise you. We listen to every coach, every player when they speak. We listen here on the Louie Bellina Show. We do Spring Football in their words, but we got to take a time out. We'll be right back. It is the Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. Wednesday on The Zone.
Your home for Aggie baseball is the Zone 1150 AM and 93.7 FM.